Okay, so today I want to talk to you about cravings because, we all have them, especially if we've been, eating or overeating or feel like we have almost a compulsive relationship with food. Cravings are a part of our lives. And so I want to address them. Cravings can be created in two ways. They can be created either physiologically, meaning we actually have it in our body, or they can be created emotionally. And I want to address both of them. So let's say, for example, let's start with emotionally. Let's say, for example, that when, it can happen at any age, any level. You start off and you're quite young and, you're not feeling very good. And so all of a sudden, to make you feel better, someone gives you a cookie. And this happens all the time. And so I don't want to make it bad, but I want you to be aware that if repeated over time, it has the ability to become a habit and to kind of make an association or a relationship between those two behaviors. So what I mean by this is, so let's say, go back to our old example where, you have this young child and he's not feeling very good, and so someone gives him a cookie. And so then, the next day he comes back, maybe he's had a bad day in school, and he comes home and he's, since he's not feeling very good, he knew that the day before he had a cookie and all of a sudden he felt, better. And so he reaches for the cookie again. And so what happens is over time, those two behaviors get linked. All of a sudden, he starts to not feel very good, and it can be for a reason totally unassociated with the previous reasons before. But what's associated is the feeling. If he's not feeling good or he's feeling sad or whatever the case may be, then all of a sudden the body instantly knows what to do. It says, oh, I'm feeling sad. In order to feel better, I need a cookie. And so where that shows up later on in life is when we start developing that relationship with food, is those cravings will come up all of a sudden out of blue. We'll start, we'll feel bad for some reason, and then all of a sudden we'll start craving a cookie. And it's because of that emotional link that we've been establishing along the way. And so what happens is, and this kind of taps into or leads into the physiological craving, is when we start to make those associations, then there's actually neurons that are there, little receptors, I guess you could say, that are craving that, and they're there because we've used them before, so they're present. And so they're saying, this is what I'm looking for. And so part of our body is actually, the best way I can explain it is aching to have that need filled. And that actually happens physiologically. And so those cravings are definitely real, both emotionally and physiologically. And so what we have to do is learn how to combat them. And due to lack of time, I will have to go into that in the next video. But there's certain steps that you can take that will break up that link, that emotional association, both emotionally and physiologically, so that you don't have the cravings anymore. But to get you started, at least for right now and today, is just recognizing that your cravings are real. It's not because you don't have the willpower, but there are some things that you can do to combat that.